with this derby, actually, you know what? I think that's too bright with the door open. It's too nice outside. I need my dark, gloomy dungeon. Because if I go outside and see how nice it is, then I'm not going to want to work on this. We need to fix this car. I was planning to take this truck, but the truck ain't going to make it. So now we got to fix this. So I've already pulled out all the broken trailing arms. That's the old spindle right there. This is the new spindle. We're just going to jam this trailer spring bushing inside there just like that. Look at that. Fits like a glove. Now we can start assembling this and getting it into this. Plan is just put the 2 bolts through and then try to put this this strut onto there and try to 9-wire it up somehow and then get it back inside the car so we can get this thing rolling. And then we got to do our trailing arms, both sides. I'm going to raise it up a little bit more so I can work on it a little bit better. This side here needs a trailing arm fixed. And honestly, I think that's just about it for this. We got to make sure that she still holds water, and then we can go from there. So let's get all this trailing arm put back in. You know, guys, this car's been really, really good to me. I know it doesn't act like, I don't act like this car's been good to me, but this is, I don't even know what year this is. This year is 2023. And believe it or not, this car is celebrating on Thanksgiving, Canadian Thanksgiving weekend. This car is celebrating 4 years of being alive. It was built for a company called Thrill Show. And Thrill Show had a championship. And you had to win your spot to get into the championship. So this car here was actually built for the 2019 Thrill Show Championships. So put that in perspective. This car's been around longer than COVID has been around. So that says something. Maybe not some great things. Oh my goodness, it's bent. Oh. Just go together. Stop fighting me. I'm just praising how nice you are. Just go together. Yeah, I was going to praising and saying how much I like this car and how good it's been to me. But here I am fighting with it. You know, this thing's been reliable. The show I actually originally built it for, I couldn't run it at because I hadn't been to work that much that year, and then I got a call to go do a shutdown on Thanksgiving. So I actually missed Rockton and I missed Aaron, and I chose to go to work like an adult. So my buddy Glenn actually ran this thing, and he didn't do overly great. I think that he doesn't really do a lot of mini cars, so I think it was more of a shock to him on how fast these cars are. He mostly just runs like, we'll just call it farm class full size. And I don't think he was ready for the speed of these mini cars. Let's get this strut cut off and we'll start getting ready. So I got a phone call there. I had to deal with a buddy. He's been going through a little bit, but these little quarter-ton come-alongs, guys. If you guys, I've had a lot of comments about these little quarter-ton come-alongs. I think you can get them at Harbor Freight. They say quarter-ton, but they lie. Like, these are easily like a half-ton to three-quarter-ton. Like, I wouldn't put my life on the line with 3/4, but these things are beautiful. I think I paid $75 or $80 each. I think they go on sale for $75 or something like that. If any of you guys are needing them, these things are handy. Like, look at them holding up this rear end right here. Like, these are obviously not big come-alongs to pull your whole back ends in, but so what we did, we used this come-along to hold it up. We just kind of got it seat belted back in. We're going to 9-wire this, maybe from here to here or something, just to hold the strut back in the car, because it's going to fall out again. We got this one on, all new trailing arms. We're going to have to put new studs on it, because these studs are garbage. And then, yeah, then we used this one and did our old threaded rod trick. Just tack, horrible tack welds, don't look at them. But let's just take this all apart And now the big question is, did I put it too tight? Because now I got to make sure a rim fits on here without hitting the body. So we'll try to fit one of these little donut rims on here and see how well it goes. Guys, I think that's beautiful. So another thing I realized is we're missing 2 studs, and this wheel bearing is not a very good wheel bearing. So there's 2 things I can do. I can pound out these studs and put those studs in, but then I still have a bad wheel bearing. Or I can just undo these 4 bolts and put that wheel bearing onto this one. So that's probably what I'm going to do. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to go put on a welding mask, and we're going to weld this into the car. We're going to tighten these ones, tighten those ones, weld this, and then try to put some 9-wire on here as well somewhere to hold everything in together. And then we're going to change out the wheel bearing, and then we'll be right back. So we got the back of this thing all fixed up. We have the big tire on this side because we have the space on this side. Put a little tire on this side, but she's a little vertically challenged. But it's all back together. All the trailing arms are fixed. Everything's fixed. I'm not really sure how well she's going to drive and do car things. But up here in the front, we pulled out some rad hoses because of how bad the rad hoses were exploded. You guys can see that down there. Can't take out the radiator because how jammed it is in there. It still has an alternator belt on it, which I don't know how it does, to be honest. And then we put in our revolt reservoir here in our loop kit. So I don't really like where it ended up. I guess I could cut more of the hood and try to tuck it down underneath there a little bit better, but that's about as good as she's going to get. But now I think this car is ready for this weekend. It's about as good as it's going to get. And guys, this car here has had a pretty rough life here on Zach's workshop. And I think she's about ready to give up the ghost. She's been around since 2019. She's still got a Thrill Show Championship sticker on it. So that's saying something. Any of you guys around here that know how long Thrill Show's been gone for. But she still starts up, she still runs, she still drives, and that's about it. So let's get her out of the shop, and we'll get the next one in here for Sunday. This one here is Saturday in Bolton, Ontario, and then we have another one for Sunday. So let's get her out.
There goes the helmet.
Helmet? I'm sorry. Well, we got this thing in the shop. Why do I do this to myself? Why do I fix pieces of garbage like this, guys and girls? Even though I'm only a 75%, actually I think I'm like 98% guys compared to 2% female audience. But why do we fix stuff like this? But it's in here, and this thing here, guys, she's an old girl. She just won't die though. She's ran in Ontario, she's ran in Pennsylvania, she's been all over the country. She's probably got more kilometers than I do some days. So maybe this weekend we can finally kill it, put her out of her misery. So thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you back here later on Zach's Workshop.